Hi, this is Vitek from Envitronics and the Spooky2 team. I've been recently thinking about one of the contact mode ways to transfer frequencies into our body, and I'm referring to foot baths. And surgical stainless steel is not something widely available, and there are different grades and different types of stainless steel, which they might be fine for industrial applications, but in this particular process I would be concerned about the possible leaching and release of certain metals, which I wouldn't want to have floating around, and certainly not where my feet or elbows are in the same solution. Might be fine for something else. And then I thought of something perhaps much better, graphite. These are graphite plates which I use for electrolytic rust removal, and they are fairly thick. They're about 3/16 of an inch, about 4 millimeters, and because they, you know, for what I'm using them, they get slowly consumed, and still very efficient process of rust cleaning. But I thought of using them for a foot bath purpose, and I was thinking, like, what would be the best way. I mean, you can clip the alligator to it, but then you will need another alligator or something to clip this to your container, and not too strong so it won't snap this graphite in half. So I made a trip to a local dollar store, and bingo, that's what I found. Tablecloth clamps. I didn't know if they're gonna work. I brought them home, and sure enough, I don't know what kind of metal it is, but it can bend, and it won't stay bent. I mean, it's like a spring, which is perfect, and the action is not very strong. I mean, I can put my thumb and it doesn't bother me, and so I thought perhaps this could do both, and indeed it does. I'll show you around. It can be clipped both ways. Like you can put the flat piece here and this one, but I found for a container with the flat walls, it's actually this way works better, and it holds the electrode very nice, and at the same time it provides the hookup point for our alligator clip, and which we plug into one of the outputs of Spooky generator. So in this case we have a material which will not leach any substance which should be worried about into the water with a pinch of salt in it, and they are available. You can look on eBay. I think I bought mine. What do I pay for them? What about $8, and free shipping from China or Hong Kong. But you will find them. Search for a graphite plates, and they are different thickness, different lengths. You might perhaps want something shorter. As you see, this one sticks above quite a bit, and there is no need for that. It could be shorter, and it will be cheaper. You might perhaps get 2 of those for less than $10. And One other thing I was going to mention, I've noticed a couple times running the food baths that there is the oily residue on the walls of the container, which should be washed every time. But the thing is, the oils and plastics, they don't mix. For same reason, I've never used plastic to store any food, anything with fat, with grease, because it will react with the plastics, and certain plastics more, certain plastic less, and leach some of the plastic components into the food. So that's big no for me. But also I thought perhaps we should stick to the same idea when we dip our feet in those baths, and stay away from plastic. It's cheaper, but I mean, well, this one it's smaller. It will probably be good for a lady with a smaller feet. Definitely not big enough. But there are similar containers or covers. You can find them also in dollar store. Some of them are Pyrex. Doesn't really matter. Glass is glass, and the glass is fairly neutral. It's not gonna leach anything. Easy to clean. And that would be my suggestion, to shop around for a glass containers big enough for your feet. And also, when we're talking about the food baths, they can be used in the old days, over 100 years ago. This was quite popular. They use a carbon pile, a battery, no acid in it. You don't want anything with the acid, because acid ions might leach into the solution and back to your body. You want a detox, not the other way around. And they use either one set for feet or one set for the elbows, or both at the same time. I mean, like, what you do, you just dip your elbow in it and put some pillow or something, so your wrist rest on comfortably, and do the same thing for your other hand. I can do it. I have a camera in it, and it's the same thing. You can run one for your right elbow and one below for your right foot, and same thing for the left part. Or you can just do elbows, and actually when you do the elbows, you can, if you like reading, you can grab the book and spend a few minutes reading something interesting. So anyway, that was my thought today, and as soon as I check those clips and I found they work. They are probably available in other stores as well, but this the package of 4, which means it will be good for, if I want to run feet and elbows, it will be good for the entire setup, and it make $1.50 plus tax dent in my wallet, which I can live with. And so anyway, I thought to share, and perhaps you want to try it and see how it works. And by the way, green peppers are not a part of this experiment. They are part of my supper. Okay, so anyway, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.